In the words of my man E, the chosen one, let's talk about it. From the 90 to the 53 breakdown. Any day I get home, man, I listen to the shakedown. They said the real is the fake now, and beginnings uncensored, so you know they gotta hate now. Blow, that's only one or more shots. LRP, Freezy, even Nacho in the box. Linebackers matter, X Shakes and J-Rock. End of an era, they shitted on Tom Cough. Steve from DC, called Shane Ben Vereen. Charlie Goldham, his hand, Jerry Reese. D-Town Day, the challenge, what he say? You got a real debate, call up on Wednesdays. But stick to the topic, you call up on Tuesdays. You're all in the knock, call up on Mondays. Please make a splash, free agency Thursdays. Only write our style for free on Friday, huh? What you know about the shakedown? Get your news from the 90 to the 53 breakdown. What you know about the shakedown? Get your news from the 90 to the 53 breakdown. What you know about the shakedown? Get your news from the 90 to the 53 breakdown, huh?
Uh-oh, a little surprise. Well, actually, two surprises here. First of all, we on cam. All right.
Welcome, right? Been a while.
We got Nick Filato with us, man. He also on cam. What's going on, Nick?
Hey, everybody. How we doing?
Good, my brother. Welcome,
We're hanging out. We're going to talk some New York Giants football, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
But before we get into the festivities, you know what I mean? Always with the intro. What's going on, Big Blue Nation? Sports fans all over the world. Welcome to the Shakedown, the show for the fans, by the fans. I'm your host, Shakes. And obviously, I got all my boys with me, including Nick Filato. So what's going on, fellas? We always start off with how we feeling today and what's on our mind. So we're going to start off with the guest first. Nick Filato, how you feeling and what's on your mind, brother?
Feeling great, Shakes. Feeling great. What's on my mind? It was a beautiful day today up here in New York. So no rain. Got a good workout in, Ready to talk some New York football Giants with you fellas.
No complaints, huh?
No complaints, bro. No complaints.
I can dig it. The chosen one from the Bronx. We're going to stick with the New York theme right now. What's going on?
Yeah. Feeling good, brother. You know what I mean? I'm out here supporting my Yankees. You know what it is. Doing what I do best. New York all the way till it ain't no other way to go. Bottom line, ready to talk some Giants, but I still got to represent everywhere I had to go with my favorite teams, man, and I got to put my city on and know how I go. Welcome, Nick, man. Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too, E.
Bronx Town.
Thank you, bro. Indeed.
We got the rookie. Same difference. He ain't never get to speak to him. Oh, he just dropped. He'll be back. But he ain't never get to speak to him yet. So this will be the first time the same gets to talk to him. So looking forward to hearing what he got in store for Nick. But and we got my co-founder, it's The Rock.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm just getting over COVID. So
God bless you, man.
I haven't been here in 2.5 weeks, but I'm just my first day back.
Welcome,
back,
brother.
Bro.
Indeed.
Sir.
Indeed. We
Be
missed you,
careful
brother.
when you go on
Let
vacation.
me be the first to say that.
Everybody else, be careful when you go on vacation.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro. It happened to me when I came back from Florida. I'm like, oh, look. Something don't feel right. But we glad you good, bro. And we're gonna get to these festivities. But shout outs to Black Freezy. Shout outs to who else missing right now?
LRP, brother.
LRP. Sorry, LRP. Shout outs to you in Houston. But hopefully we'll hear from our brothers. But hey man, it's Montana Mondays. I get the first question. How you feel about
it is your day, brother.
That's a fact. How you feel about the Giants all season, Nick?
Giants offseason, yeah. So lost some faces, right? Xavier McKinney no longer here. Saquon Barkley no longer here.
Benedict. We call him Benedict over here.
What do we call him?
Benedict Barkley.
Okay. Yeah, now he's Philly Barkley. That's what he is. But eating them cheesesteaks. No, I think the New York Giants did what they could with the amount of money that they had. I appreciated what they did on the offensive line in free agency, just bringing in competent and capable veterans. Now, they didn't address it at all in the draft, which I can understand why some fans are a little hesitant there. I just don't know if there was the perfect opportunity for them to select an offensive lineman with the players that they ended up selecting in the draft. Tyler Nubin, I really like that draft pick in the second round. I appreciated how the Giants tried to bolster their secondary. I'm still a little skeptical on if the secondary is going to be all that great coming into the season. I remain high on Deonte Banks, but if I'm going to assess the New York Giants offseason, they didn't get the quarterback that I feel like they need. I know they desperately tried to trade up to the 3rd overall pick to presumably select Drake May. That did not happen. Now, they retain all the draft capital that they would have parted ways with if they did trade up to get Drake May. But now they're still sitting in this place where their quarterback situation for the future is still uncertain. You know, the Giants can get out of this contract that they gave to Daniel Jones last offseason after this offseason with relatively not a huge burden heading forward. So I'm still looking at the New York Giants. Like, their roster's not that great. We are uncertain at the most important position in sports, quarterback. But I think bringing in Devin Singletary, it's a downgrade from Saquon Barkley. I think he's capable. I like the Tyrone Tracy pick. Offensive line, I think, should be better. But we've said that how many times, boys, being people who cover the New York Giants, follow the New York Giants. It happens a lot. I think they'll be, a little bit better. And then the Brian Burns acquisition is probably the story of the offseason other than Darren Waller's rap song. So Brian Burns acquisition is, to me, huge. Now, you gave him that contract. I would say I don't think he has scratched his potential yet. And I think he can in the wide 9 Shane Bowen type of defense where the offensive line is going to be ripping their hair out every time they play this defense, because you want to allocate 2 guys to Dexter Lawrence. Probably want to help out with the speed of Brian Burns on the edge with the tight end chipping. So now you're talking about a 6-man protection, possibly, or a running back staying in, right? And then you have Kayvon Thibodeau, who's a 5th overall pick, who I feel like is talented, and Azeez Ojulari. So I think there's a lot of talent up front. Now, can the secondary cover long enough to allow those guys to get home? And that's going to be a big question mark. Wink Martindale's defense, a lot different than Shane Bowen's, right? Like, Shane Bowen's defense is going to come in. We're going to run split field coverages. It's going to be a lot more too high type of coverages, not as much middle of the field closed, not as much blitzing. So I'm excited to see how that transpires and what the New York Giants defense can look like. I think they have some dudes on defense. Overall, if I had to grade the offseason, which I hate doing, but I will, I think it's solid. It was a solid offseason, but you still have some big question marks heading into the 2024 season.
Absolutely. I got more questions, but I'm going to let my compadres go ahead and answer. Go ahead, E.
Once again, man, Nick, thank you so much for joining us today, man, and just taking the time out to be with us, brother. And you know how much we appreciate that, and we appreciate you. And you know me, I'm no short of a interviewer myself, so now I'm about to get into it. But my question, I promise this one won't be as long as probably the other ones that I'm going to pose later, as long as you got the time for them. But I don't want to talk about any of the starters because that's where we always know who's going to actually try to be who's going to be on the roster if we look at 11-man offense, 11-man defense. But what I would like for you to let the people know is, out of the UDFAs, someone who's not talked about much, who has jumped out to you since they've been in the building?
Yeah, so the Giants now have all of these wide receivers, but if there is one that kind of piqued my interest, it was the kid from Wyoming, Ayer Asante, the wide receiver. And it's kind of based on speed, which is a little bit redundant now at this point with the Giants having Jalen Hyatt on the roster. So I think for a player like Ayer Asante, who has also been tested in mini camps and OTAs, so take it for what it's worth, as a kick returner, maybe he has some sort of path to the roster if injuries happen. Now, I think he's talented. He wasn't uber productive at Wyoming or his previous school. But there's another player who's not necessarily falls into this unique spot where he's a player who's a veteran who was a UDFA last year at the Giants, and that's Dante Miller. And I think Dante Miller is a player that we can maybe look at. He is the running back out of South Carolina, and I think he went to Columbia, if I'm not mistaken. And with the Giants' dearth of talent at the running back position, you have Devin Singletary brought in. We like Tyrone Tracy, Eric Gray. I liked him coming out of Oklahoma. He was solid at Tennessee, still lacks some long speed, has a lot to prove, only got like 17 carries behind Saquon Barkley. He'll have his opportunity. But Miller has like 4.27 speed. That's very fast, right? Homeboy can fly. So that's a player that I think he gets like the edge in a preseason game and just beats the angle of the safety, and he's gone for like a 60-yard touchdown. Everybody's going to be talking about him. And I think he could be a weapon. So I know that's not this year UDFA, but still I kind of consider him in that bunch just because he is of a UDFA last year at the Giants brought in. And then those two offensive linemen that the Giants brought, Jake Kubis and Marcellus Johnson, are two just offensive linemen. I did videos on them. If anybody wants to check the Big Blue Banter YouTube or the Big Blue View YouTube, those videos are up there. I don't know if they're going to have a true path to the roster. I think they're practice squad guys. And when you're talking about practice squad guys at the UDFA level, and they can come in and they can just be productive, and when their number is called, they can be competent enough to step in and not just look terrible, I'm happy with that. And I think both of those guys can at least be that, or at least maybe they can be developed into that by Carmen Brasillo.
Okay. So this is my question.
Thank you for that.
We're talking about success or what can happen in this season upcoming. My question is, with Daniel Jones, do you believe like he's going to do enough to warrant him coming back and being the starter next year, the following season? Or do you think this is his last hurrah?
I think it's his last hurrah, but I'm not ruling out that he can do something. Like, he would have to do a lot because the Giants are going to be on the hook for a lot of money at that point. Like, there's a reason why Joe Schoen constructed that contract with a 2-year out where you can get out of it relatively unscathed. So I think Daniel Jones would have to do something that we really have not seen quite yet from Daniel Jones, and that's attack vertically down the field. That's have a consistent passing attack, average more than 215, 220 yards per game, and also be effective on the ground and help the team win, which he did in 2022. But the Giants were still dead last in explosive plays back in 2022. They weren't challenging teams downfield. So from a passing standpoint, I need to see some steps forward. I'm hoping that he goes in there and he does well and everything. Like, I'm pulling for the kid. But I've said now for a little bit that Daniel Jones is a functional quarterback when he's on a rookie contract. But when you're paying him this much money, you need more from him. And Giant fans should expect more from him. Now, I think he's going to be in a better situation than he's been in for quite a while. He's going to have probably Brian Daboll as his play caller, but still his coach designing that offense. We've seen a lot of success from Brian Daboll in his career as an offensive play designer and play caller. And you're going to have, I think, a better offensive line, hopefully a much better offensive line than Evan Neal can take the necessary steps forward. And if John Michael Schmitz stabilizes a little bit, and then also you got to look at Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors is going to change a lot because Malik Neighbors is the most talented player by far that Daniel Jones has ever played with. So I think those factors can help him. I still need to see him recognize windows down the field and then pull the trigger. And those are like instantaneous moments that have to happen. And if you go back to his 2022 tape, man, there are moments where like Darius Slayton beat Tariq Woolen down the field, streaking up the sideline with his hand up.
And he missed him.
Daniel Jones see it. And then he just goes and he checks it down to Chris Myrick for a 10-yard gain. It's like, yeah, you got the first down on
That's
third
the
and 9.
shit that I be talking about. Exactly.
Exactly. And then people be like, oh, you're Daniel. I'm not Daniel Jones hater. Like, not at all, man. I just like these are things that every Giant fan should hope that their quarterback is doing. And we have the pleasure or the luxury of watching this from other quarterbacks around the league. So I want that from the Giants quarterback. And now that he's getting paid like he does that, I think it's very fair for Giant fans to expect that from that quarterback. And we just have not seen that consistently yet in his career.
Exactly.
And is that the question though? Is it the consistency, or is it you just don't think he can do it?
I think it's going to come down to consistency. I mean, he's a professional quarterback, right? Like he's not terrible like everybody says. Like I think he has a place in the league. I just don't think he has a place getting paid what he's getting paid. And now I think he's more so probably a backup quarterback or someone who can run a dink and dunk type of offense where you can take advantage of his athletic ability, which I hope he retains after this injury. But I do think he's reluctant is the term I usually use for him to throw it down the field. So that's one thing I want to see change. Like, he sees a safety take a step down. He knows what the route combinations are. He should know what the safety is doing on this one, stepping down on the cross, and that can open up the post. We saw that against Arizona, right? When in week 2, first play of the half, Darren Waller was running a deep horizontal crossing route against a quarter's look, and that safety on Jalen Hyatt's side bit down. He recognized it, threw the football to Jalen Hyatt, and it was a big play, and it helped spark that comeback. But like, those are few and far between. We should see that a little bit more often from a quarterback getting paid as much.
Do you think it's because like he's afraid to make a mistake?
I don't.
They're telling him to be safe with the ball, right? They
Yeah,
say, hey, be careful with the ball. Don't turn the ball over.
Before they gave him the money. But now that they gave him the money, I think it's a different story. But go ahead, Nick. What's your answer?
Yeah, no, I think I wouldn't use the term afraid, but I do think he might be a little bit conservative with the football, just by nature. I don't think he's somebody who really lets it rip all that often. And it is easy to take a shorter play with a higher success rate. And I also think it comes down to, you need to recognize those windows even before they present themselves sometimes. And that's something that I think he doesn't do nearly consistently enough, is just being like, okay, I have this movement. I know the route's going to be here. I'm going to trust the receiver to be in X place. I'm going to throw the football. And then as he throws it and it's out of his hand, it's just leaving his hand, that window comes open and then it hits the guy in stride. And you see that stuff from Joe Burrow. You see it all the time from a lot of different quarterbacks. You just don't really see it. Again, I don't want to be redundant, but.
And it's funny you say that, Nick. No, you're not redundant. And that's one of the things that me being a Daniel Jones supporter at some point, and then I had to open my eyes and say, okay, maybe my fandom is getting the best of me. And it was. Let me look at the tape. Let me break down what this guy can do. Let me see what his faults are. But most of all, let me see what I want to see him actually do, so I can put him in a position to say, you know what I'm going to say is correct. My analytics is correct. My argument is correct, right? That's what we all try to do, is make sure we have the correct argument. To me, you've mentioned instincts. That is the biggest thing that I'm looking for this season, because coming from playing wide receiver and knowing that position, that is a symbiotic position with you and a quarterback. You and him have to be on the same page, and even if it's off scripted, he has to have that comfort developed by you, and you have to have that trust in him as that guy. So I want to see if he has the instincts to develop the trust with Malik Nabers in those moments, like an A.J. Brown, a Terry McLaurin, a C.D. Lamb. I want to see if he can take the next step instinctually with a wide receiver.
Same here, and I hope we see it as early as week 1 against Minnesota. And Minnesota, that you're going up against Brian Flores, guys. Like, Brian Flores he's gonna give you opportunities to punish him, but he's gonna freaking send it at you, man. He is gonna send the house at you. You need to be ready to take advantage of that defensive aggression. That's what Daniel Jones needs to do, and I'm hoping he's going to be ready for that game. And then the next week, you're playing Washington. Dan Quinn, coach defense. Dan Quinn knows Daniel Jones damn well at this point, but he's coming into a different situation. Maybe there's going to be some coverage lapses there, right? There could be, and we see that a lot with new defenses, and hopefully it doesn't happen to Shane Bowen. So I think the beginning of the season hopefully will tell us something about where he's gone mentally now at this point. And the kid's got to overcome a lot. He's overcoming an ACL injury. You know, I'm sure he tries to avoid the media, but at the same time, of course, he's here.
Right.
He hears what everybody's saying.
Right.
So, you know, it's going to take a lot of mental fortitude. So I'm pulling for him though.
What kind of offense do you think they're going to be this year?
I think if Brian Dable takes over play calling, it seems like we're going to try to pass more, but I think you need to be confident in your quarterback to do that. Look, Saquon Barkley. Look, this is a unique time for Giant fans. We've had Saquon Barkley since 2018, and it's been 80% snap share for Saquon Barkley when he's healthy. Every defense is circling 26. That's no longer the case. Now you have Devin Singletary coming in, and Devin Singletary is a fine running back, but no defensive coordinator is being like, we have to stop Devin Singletary. That's not really what any defensive coordinator is going to be thinking about. So there's going to be more focus on the passing game, and I think just a ton of eyes on Malik Nabers. That's where a lot of those eyes are going to go. I think there's going to be I'm so curious to see how many plays are going to be scripted specifically for Malik Nabers in the quick game. But I think there's going to be a lot of quick game, and I think hopefully if Daniel Jones is healthy, you're going to try. I want to believe that we're going to see more vertical in this offense now that you have Malik Nabers drawing a lot of attention. You have the speed of Jalen Hyatt, who should be one more year advanced in his career, who should be a little bit more better, a little bit more polished as an overall receiver. And then I love Wan'Dale Robinson. Wan'Dale Robinson is a stud. I'm hoping that he gets a lot of design touches as well. But if I just boiled your question down real quick, J-Rock, I would say I think it would just be maybe a little bit more pass heavy if Jones and the quarterbacks can handle that.
Gotcha.
And I got, since you talked about the offense, and we are kind of enamored with this defense over here on the shakedown lane. How good do you think this defense can be? Can it be top 10, top 5?
I don't know about top 10, top 5. I have respect for Shane Bowen. He runs the split field coverages, the quarters. I'm just nervous about the secondary. I don't know who is going to be the cornerbacks opposite of Deontay Banks. And if Deontay Banks gets injured, what are we talking about at that point? Now, I have a lot of respect and admiration for Jerome Henderson. I think he's one of the better positional coaches that I've seen come through since I've been watching the New York Giants. He's gotten a lot out of different cornerbacks and safeties in his time. But I'm still I'm looking at Cordell Flott. Haven't really seen much that makes me be like, yeah, Cordell Flott's our guy. I do like Nick McLeod. Nick McLeod is a player who I feel like the Giants have been hesitant to put out there full time, though, when Wink Martindale was the defensive coordinator. But I love what he can do on special teams. And every time he's gotten an opportunity, he's kind of stepped up and was admirable, in my opinion, Nick McLeod. So
I like McLeod over here.
Yeah, man, I don't think top 10, but I wouldn't be shocked just because I think the Giants have a top 5 pass rush. It's just, can the offense keep the game competitive enough to allow that pass rush to pin their ears back late in the third quarter and into the fourth quarter? And if that's the case, if the offense can stay competitive enough, then I think just that pass rush itself could dominate opposing protections. Because Dexter Lawrence, arguably the most impactful defensive lineman in the sport, interior defensive lineman, arguably, right? Brian Burns, I still think he's got a lot of potential that we have not seen yet, and he's very unique, and I think he's perfect for the wide 9 that we're going to see from Shane Bowen, and I still have a lot of hope for Kayvon Thibodeau. And I think Bobby Okereke is one of the better linebackers in the league. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hold on. You said hope for Kayvon?
What's that?
You said hope for Kayvon? You said you had a lot of hope for him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. To become to live up to that top 5 potential. I think he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's had over 40 pressures these last 2 years. Had 10.5 sacks last year. But I think a lot of people, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, still kind of want to see an extra step from Kayvon.
Oh, I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people. That's why I was like, okay.
That's why he jumped right in there, Nick, like that. See how you have led right into his segue. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I love
that's
it.
what that's about.
Yeah, Kayvon, I still think we can. I think there's another like realm that Kayvon can get into, and if he can get into that with Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence, and now you can't slide cover, like it's going to be very difficult for deep offense to slide protection towards Kayvon, Brian Burns, and Dex there. Now, there's no Leonard Williams anymore, so who's going to be that other interior rusher? I'm hoping if the Giants get the offense in the 3rd and 6 plus situations, you see Kayvon kicked inside, you see Azeez, and you see Brian Burns, and then Dexter. And those are your 4 rushers.
Come on.
That's what I would love to see. I think
we just had this talk.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we literally had the same discussion because we predicated it off of just using the NASCAR package, right? So we was like, yo, man, who would you like to see on a 3rd down in a NASCAR package? And those 4 guys right there that you said was my 4 guys.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm trying to think of who the 5th. That's one thing I'd say. Who's that 5th guy in passing situations that you're like, yeah, I'm going to go with him? Because
I think Isaiah Simmons. I think Isaiah Simmons coming up the middle, up with that speed on the B gap inside as well. I think he frees up those guys on the outside because his speed will make an instant twitch, kick slide, and you got to pick up in protection, which will free those guys coming around the edge up.
Yeah. Now with Isaiah, I think that's more unless he's coming from the 2nd level, or I mean, if it's 3rd and long, you could put Isaiah wherever, and then it's just I've seen Isaiah Simmons just get like tossed by guards, but if you put him out wide, he has that type of bend and that type of acceleration and quick twitch explosiveness to I think at least flatten at the top of the arc, which Azeez and Brian Burns can both do. So it can get exciting. It's just, can you stop these offenses on early downs? And Shane Bowen was with Tennessee. He was typically pretty damn good at slowing down opposing rushing attacks when not as much last year, but I want to say the other previous seasons. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping the Giants can do that and then be competent on second down if they have to face some passes, because third and long situations with that defensive front could be fun.
All right, Nick, I have a question about the offensive line. Now, we just got two new guys. I actually had the pleasure of shaking both of these gentlemen's hands and actually walking up to them and seeing, like, wow, these guys are really, they're bookends, they're stature, they're men. I'm talking about John Runyon Jr., of course, and Jermaine Illuminor. Can you give us a little bit of what you think will be actually the improvement with having these two guys as additions to this offensive line?
Yeah, absolutely. So they're both professional offensive linemen who now are on their second contracts. So I'm not trying to cast aspersions at anybody on the 2023 New York Giants, but early in the season, we had Josh Ezeudu playing left tackle, which you can argue is not his natural position. And you had Marcus McKeithen playing right guard. And we got excited because the Giants signed a guy straight off his couch, Justin Pugh, to play left guard, and then he had to kick out the left. It was a nightmare. And the Giants, and I understand what they were trying. We have young guys on our system. We have a plan in place, so we're going to go with that plan into place. And if they get hurt, which unfortunately happened to Andrew Thomas on the first freaking drive, of course, New York Giants, right? Then we have a contingency plan, and we'll put Ezeudu out. It just fell apart, right? Tyree Phillips didn't even make the team initially. They brought him back. Everything went wrong. It was completely Murphy's Law. Now, you bring in John Runyon and Jermaine Illuminor. Those are just professional, and Aaron Stinney. I'll group him in there. Those are professional offensive linemen who have experience, who have played big-time football, and have played in multiple positions. Like Jermaine Illuminor can play tackle and guard for you, and he has experience with Carmen Brasillo. He's not the most fleet of foot, but I think he is going to be a competent offensive lineman. And John Runyon is still a young enough guy who is now on his second contract, was not highly drafted, but with Green Bay, who typically does well developing young offensive linemen, he was another one who was competent. So when you think of Evan Neal and John Michael Schmitz, and you put Marcus McKeithen next to those players, and you put a lot of guys who aren't necessarily experienced next to them, I think it stifled their development a little bit. Now you insert Jermaine Illuminor and John Runyon Jr., and those are two completely different players. Are they Quentin Nelson? No. Are they good or above average, or at least average offensive linemen? Yes. And boys, when was the last time we've had 5 offensive linemen starting who were at least average?
10 years ago. Don't worry, I had that answer waiting for you.
It's been so long. So that in and of itself, which I feel like is the floor, other than the Evan Neal situation, which is a little bit different, that in and of itself is a certain upgrade from last year. So then now it comes down to the right tackle. Can Evan Neal not even live up to being the 7th overall pick, but just be functional? If Evan Neal can be functional, I think the Giants' offensive line is significantly better than it has been over the last, I would say, 2 seasons, but 2022 it was at least okay down the stretch. It's really bad at the beginning. So that's what I'm hoping for.
So real
Agreed.
quick, right? I got my boy saying, and I know he got a few questions. I'm gonna let him ask you. But before I let him ask you his questions, I want to know LSU connection, LSU the Giants connection. Will Malik Neighbors have a better or to equal season as OBJ?
I don't think so personally. And it's no slight on Malik Neighbors. It's just Eli Manning was throwing to a rookie OBJ, so it's hard to put that kind of burden on Daniel Jones's shoulders because Daniel Jones is just not Eli. So I think from that standpoint, no, but I think Malik Neighbors at least has he's at least in a similar echelon to Odell Beckham Jr., which the Giants haven't had a playmaker like that since Odell Beckham Jr.
Right. No, I totally agree. That's why I asked the question, because I feel like we didn't have this wide receiver since him. And now that we do have it, can he be up to par with him or even better? That's my question, and I'm looking, and hopefully we will get the answers this season.
Hopefully.
But I think Daniel Jones is definitely a big factor out there.
Yeah, he's the main. So Odell had 91 catches, just over 1,300 yards, and 12 touchdowns in 12 games. His rookie, like that's a lot. Like Daniel Jones, I think in 2022 threw for like 15 touchdowns, which, so we need a massive jump in quarterback play, in offensive line play. I would love to see Malik Neighbors though in like very like because I think he has, and I said this on my podcast, Big Blue Banter. I think he has top 5 potential. Does that mean he's going to be a top 5 receiver at any point in his career? No, but I don't think there's a lot of receivers who enter the league and it's like that guy at least has the potential to be a top 5 receiver. He does.
Right.
Go ahead, Shane.
All right, first off, thanks for being here, Nick.
Yeah, thank
We
you.
appreciate you joining the show, chop it up about these Giants and what type of things. Oh, man. Can y'all guys hear me?
I got you.
Yeah, we can hear you,
All
brother.
right. Yeah, and what type of things we could be expecting them to do. My first thing is being that we just went through the departure of Xavier McKinney. Is it an open competition at the safety position? Do you see the number 2 overall, not the number 2 overall, but our second round pick starting? And then do you see someone battling, playing opposite of him?
I think, I mean, if I'm a betting man, it's going to be Tyler Nubin and Jason Pinnock. But say if Tyler Nubin struggles to adapt to the defense, which I don't necessarily foresee because he ran a very similar defense at Minnesota, then I think Dane Belton would have a shot to seize that opportunity. I think Dane Belton's going to have a role no matter what. Shane Bowen used a lot of 3 safety sets. The safety position was important to his defense with Amani Hooker and Kevin Byard, who both, I think, had Pro Bowl seasons with Shane Bowen. So I don't think Dane Belton is going to be a stranger, but if everything goes as planned, it should be Jason Pinnock, who's young, by the way, like actually like younger than you expect. He's like 25, I think. You're like, oh shit, I thought this guy was like a vet. Now he's like 25 He's a kid still. And then Tyler Nubin, who I think is going to be the center fielder of the not gonna play as much middle of the field close, and you much would rather have him be split field because his eyes are so good. But he's going to be that deep safety ball hawking type of player that the Giants have lacked for quite a while now at this point. So I think that's what he's destined to be. And I think he has that kind of leadership to be that player too. He has the type of temperament to be a leader of that defense and that secondary.
Okay. I definitely feel the same way because when Pinnock was first introduced to Wink Martindale's defense, he picked it up, man. Out of a lot of people that played in his system, it looked like he was the heady guy in regards to that system. He picked it up. He knew where to be. He was taking advantage of the majority of his opportunities. That's the same way I feel about Belton. He came in sporadically, but he took full advantage of the opportunities that he had out there on the field, and he maximized his potential. So with that, I'm gonna go on the other side of the ball, being that we have Neighbors, we have Wandell, which is electric. These are 2 electric players. Do you see that benefiting Darius Slayton and giving him the chance to achieve some of his incentives that's in his contract? I got a couple of the numbers.
Okay.
If you, I got a couple of numbers for you. Let me see what we got here. Okay. Between 51 and 59 catches, he could get $100K. If he gets 60 to 69, he could get $300K. If he could get 70 catches plus, he'll get $600K. If he get 875 yards to 999, he can get $300K. But his area is more around here, like what he's been consecutively for us. And the majority of the years he's been in this area, 771 to 874. The fellas pointed out to me the other day when I was talking about Slayton that they just added 1 more yard than he produced last year, 770. But from my perspective and looking at the numbers, that's the average him. That's with 3 different quarterbacks. That's with Eli when he was here. That's with Daniel Jones and the carousel we had last year as well. do you see this trio that we're going to have with Neighbors, Wandell, who's the other one?
Hyatt.
Hyatt. All right. Now say we got them. Can we run bunch? And if Slayton is the outside guy, will he have the opportunities to take advantage of the one-on-ones out there?
I mean, he would have one-on-one matchups. So theoretically, yes. Now, do I think he's going to reach a lot of those incentives? I think it's possible to get those low ones, like the 100K. But you also got to look, these are numbers in their totality, right? Like he could get injured. He could miss 2, 3, 4 games, which means it's not like going to bring that number down, to my understanding. So everything, he needs to stay healthy. He needs to get on the field, and then he needs to produce more than he did when he's probably not going to have as much opportunity to produce, because a lot of the offense is going to be directed towards Malik Neighbors. Now, on the flip side of that argument, you could say there's no more Darren Waller. There's no more Saquon Barkley. So does that mean more targets for Darius Slayton now that he is going to see a lot of one-on-one matchups because there's going to be so many eyeballs on Malik Neighbors? That's the flip side of that argument. And there is certainly a world where that does happen. If I'm a betting man, I'm going to say more than likely no. I think there's just way too many, like, you guys, I don't know if you guys bet, but a lot of times, man, like, people want you guys to bet the over. Like, the books always want us to bet the over on these season-long bets, because so many things can go wrong for a player and injuries happen. So the under typically hits a lot of the time. So that's kind of where I'm leaning with Darius Slayton, especially when you just look at what the Giants have done, man. The Giants have added wide receivers. There's not going to be as much playing time. The Giants are going to run like 10 personnel. No, they're going to be in 12 personnel. They're going to be in 11 personnel, probably predominantly. And Slayton will find his way into those 11 personnel packages, but not all the time with Wandell and Jalen Hyatt there. So I would say under on some of those. But, you know, again, if Wandell or Neighbors, God forbid, gets hurt, he's going to see more Slayton. But then you need the quarterback to get him the football. And it's, I don't know. I would bet the under on some of those. But I'm pulling for him, man. That'd be good for him. And I'm glad that he's back, like I was telling E before the show, because I like his experience. I like his rapport with Daniel Jones, and I like having competent players on the roster just in case injuries do affect the New York Giants. And I think Darius Slayton is a competent wide receiver.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you, man.
Shakes, you have question?
So,
or is he with us? There he is.
How long we got you for more? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can go to 9, man.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I bet. All right. So, I'm gonna let my boys ask you some more questions. But I have a 2-part question for you, though.
Throw it.
So it's about these rookies, these draft picks. We question a lot about Andrew Phillips, and we don't have no questions at all. We all love Theo Johnson, but I want the people to get Nick's take on these two guys. Drew Phillips and Theo Johnson. What's their attributes and what you see for their future?
Yeah, Drew Phillips will start there. So I think he is wildly athletic. I think he is somebody who can play both outside and inside. He's going to be, according to Joe Shane, tested out on the inside, which is fine because I think this is somebody who has the oiliest of hips. He can turn on a dime. He can stick to receivers' hips. He can pivot, cover those pivot routes really quickly, right? I think he's pesky. I think in run support, which is very important for a nickel cornerback, for that overhang defender. I think, again, he's a little bit diminutive, a little bit small. Maybe it's probably the better word to use. But at the same time, he's aggressive, and he'll fire downhill, and he'll go low, and he'll do his best to make a tackle. A little bit wild into the tackle point for my liking, but he's a cornerback, and he at least has the temperament to want to tackle, which I think you need in today's NFL. So from a run support standpoint, it's solid. Not great. I think Darnay Holmes might be a little bit better, but it's solid. Now, from a coverage standpoint, all the athletic ability in the world to cover, not necessarily the best technique-wise. It does get a little bit grabby. It's really rough against South Carolina, and Xavier Legette got him a couple different times. So that was a little bit of a struggle, that game. But I think if you get him with a good coach, he is a player who will hopefully develop, and this is a little bit me hoping and projecting, because I think he has at least the upside to be very good in coverage because he moves in a more fluid manner and more fluid nature than I even believe a lot of other cornerbacks can. That's how good of an athlete and how smooth he can be. Ball skills wise, needs a little bit of work. He had one interception that was called back on a penalty, but other than that, he didn't have any interceptions throughout his entire career. And I think there are times where he face guards and he doesn't get his head around. He doesn't really read when he can jump and time how to disrupt the catch point as well as typically an NFL starter could. So Drew Phillips is one player that I look at and I say, I don't hate the pick, but I'm hoping it works out, right? It's like that. It's like I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. People I respect in the draft community had a lot of respect for him. I watched his tape, and I like players like Max Melton a lot better than him. Max Melton went significantly higher than him, though. So I know the Giants need a corner, and they got him in Drew Phillips, and we'll wait and see exactly what happens. I'm not, again, super intrigued in the Giants cornerback room. Tight end, Theo Johnson. Dude, Theo Johnson's a guy, right? Like, this is 6'6", 260-pound dude who ran fast as hell, tested phenomenally, wasn't used all that often in Penn State's offense. That's a problem, but that's more of an offensive problem. When you watch him block, he's sturdy. He has the big frame. Now, is he going to be this amazing blocker? Probably not. But can you lose slow enough to be functional in the NFL? Yes. I think him and Daniel Bellinger can both do that, which means they're above average blockers at the NFL level. So I think Theo Johnson can be an above average blocker. Now, as a receiver, nimble hands, tracks the football into his hands, can extend way away from his frame and secure the passes and take big hits. Now, he's not going to be the biggest yak guy. I don't think he necessarily played to his testing speed, but I still think he plays faster than a lot of tight ends. It's just he tested like an absolute freak. And he got this guy in the fourth. Now that Darren Waller's not there, he's going to come into the building and compete with Daniel Bellinger. I still think Daniel Bellinger will be that tight end one. I like Daniel Bellinger a lot. I love his grit. I love just how tough he is as a blocker. And I think there's a little bit more meat on the bone from what we've seen as a receiver too. He's another player who was very, very talented in the combine. But I love having that 12 personnel package between those two. And I really like the Theo Johnson pick, the Drew Phillips pick. I'm hoping that everything goes smoothly. It's tough playing cornerback, though, too, man, because you can execute your assignment a bunch of different times. But if you're not coming away with turnovers and you get beat once or twice in a game, everyone thinks you suck. And then you start hearing it. So always try to keep that in mind with these young corners, especially the ones who play the slot.
Absolutely. And I love the little
I have
man tape. Well, go ahead, E.
Okay, so Nick, we talked about the Giants rosters. We talked about the offense, the defense. You're doing a couple of names at coaches. So that's where I want to go right now. I want the people to get an inside feel on how's the energy in the building right now around MetLife. How's the coaching staff? You know, we've had some guys that we lost, and Bobby Johnson, Wink Martindale, some guys who were favorites that a lot of us loved, you know, when they came in the building. But now that those guys are no longer here and they've been replaced by the guys that are in the building, how is the energy in the building? How does it feel around the stadium?
Yeah, it's hard for me to answer that, E, just because I'm not in the building. I'm not on the beat, so I can't really answer that. I can say some things that I've heard because, like, I know players through the grapevine, and
that's good.
Yeah, like coach like Bobby Johnson. I feel like a lot of us, like in the media, we had a negative opinion of him because the offensive line didn't develop, and he's kind of made a little bit of snide comment about how it's not his job to develop, and it just kind of rubbed people the wrong way. He was really well respected from my contacts, from people I know. He was, like, the team and the players really had a lot of respect for Bobby Johnson. Now, that doesn't mean they're not going to respect Carmen Priscillo, but that's just like one little thing that I think deviated from what the media's perception was. So that's probably the only thing I can opine on, just because I'm not around the team to really fully know exactly what the tenor of their how they feel exactly in the locker room.
Okay. But players' perspectives, like how have you felt? How have the guys been speaking to you, feeling about things? Like, how's the energy been with just, you know, from what you've gotten off the players?
From the players, I mean, I don't like talk to the players either much. I mean, I'm having someone on the podcast soon, but I would imagine they're professional athletes, though, and you know, they're going in there and doing their jobs. They're doing their jobs. Look, man, it was a unique offseason last year, though, right? Because you had the Wink Martin. There was a lot of drama surrounding the New York Giants. I felt like we were the Jets, right? Like, you had the whole
Talk about it.
Yeah, and like we didn't even really fully know or understand what was going on. We had conflicting reports. Looking back on it, it was kind of funny. Like it was like, holy crap, like this is really going on. What are we, the Kardashians? Like what's going on here? This is kind of embarrassing. But Brian Dable withstood it all now. But the seat's hot. The seat's hot, and that could be one reason why we're seeing Brian Dable take play calling over from Mike Kafka, who is still in the building. Right? Because, like, you don't usually see that, but if the Giants don't win this season, the Giants have another season like they did last year, Brian Dable's not employed, I don't think. I think Brian Dable's probably gone. So he's probably feeling the heat at this point. He lost a lot of weight. Maybe he's changing his life. I don't know. Maybe he meditates. Hopefully he does. It doesn't really matter to me. I just want the Giants to win some damn football games at this point. But, yeah, I'm thinking I want them to win football games. I also want that noise that was, like, interesting at the time to quiet. Like, we don't need that anymore, right? Hopefully that was just a win thing, and Shane Bowen won't be like that.
And that's exactly what I was going for, was a temperature check. But now that you educated me and let me know, where you are and how you move, I could ask better questions. Thanks, though. But now I know. But that's exactly what it was, Nick. I needed to know a temperature check from our guys, all the way starting from the top down to the field, man. Thank you for that.
Yeah, of course. And one more thing too, and I'm hoping that this isn't anything bad, but let's not forget that Shane Bowen, he was interviewed early. I think he was the second defensive coordinator that the Giants interviewed, but it wasn't the first choice, and it was very obvious. And I don't even know if he was the second choice. So I'm hoping that was more of a product of there being better opportunities for those other defensive coordinators, and not those defensive coordinators not wanting to come to the Giants because they didn't want to work with Dable. I would imagine it's the former rather than the latter, but it is something that I feel like does pertain to this conversation and is worth discussing.
Absolutely. And we will see, because it will either translate onto the field or it won't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Thank you.
Since you brought up the coaching and all the turmoil that went on after the season, do you think Kafka stays after this season?
I don't, man. I mean, if he's not going to be calling plays. Now, again, this is way in the future. The Giants could go on and look, if the Giants went on and won the Super Bowl or won a couple playoff games, Kafka's probably not going to stay anyways, because he's going to get hired by another team to be their head coach maybe, right? But I'm imagining if I'm Mike Kafka, and this is happening to me right now, I don't really have another option to go to another team because all those vacancies have been filled. So I'm like, I'm just stuck here. There's probably some resentment. He seems like a very mild-mannered individual who's very calculated, who thinks through what he says in the media, never really gives anything away. So I don't imagine he's going to cause a ruckus or anything ridiculous like when Martindale did, right? But I do I have to imagine he knows a bunch of people around the league, has a lot of contacts. Next cycle, if he's not calling plays and he's just relegated to an offensive coordinator role, which is important, but not nearly as important as the play caller, he's going to want to call plays again to give himself a better path to be a head football coach. Because just last year, this guy was being discussed in serious consideration for the Indianapolis Colts job. He was in consideration for the Carolina Panthers job. So the Seahawks, I think, were sniffing around him this past offseason before they hired Mike McDonald. So that's definitely going to be what he does. It might be a little bit awkward this year, but hopefully professionalism will rise. And we know winning will cure that stink. But can the Giants win enough games to cure it? I'm not sure.
Nice.
All right, Sammy, we got anything else?
Yeah. Do you think our 5th round draft pick is going to find his way on the field more times than none?
I do.
And what ways? How will we utilize him?
Yeah, so I think Tyrone Tracy is going to find his way onto the football field. His multifaceted skill set of being a former wide receiver who was a damn good running back last year for Purdue is something that, hey, if injuries happen at running back, you have him there. That's what he's there for. If injuries happen at wide receiver, you can use him in certain packages and really try to maybe confuse the defense. I think a lot of this does, though, depend on, this is a rookie bugaboo all the time, is can you pass protect? That's how you get on the field. And he doesn't really have a lot of experience doing that. I don't think it was terrible at Purdue when he was tasked to do it. I wouldn't say it was also great, really, either, though, right? Like, I think it was like solid. Eric Gray was pretty bad last year, if we remember, in preseason. Yeah. I think that's going to be the battle, though, between those two. I think if he can prove that he can pass protect at least functionally enough to not be a liability out there, he should earn a third down role because he's dynamic. and dude, I brought this up on my podcast too. You look at some of the linebackers in the NFC East right now. If you look at Washington, their number one linebacker is Bobby Wagner. If you look at Dallas, they got Eric Kendricks. Those guys are older than I am. They're out there trying to guard Tyrone Tracy if you catch him in man coverage, right? So I think you can devise some mismatch potential with his specific skill set against guys in your own division if those defenses opt to run man coverage or opt to allocate a lot of eyes towards Malik Neighbors, which they should do, but then you got to exploit him another way, and I think this is one way the Giants can look to do that.
All right. Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Of course.
All right, Nick. So now that my boys got all their questions out the way.
I got one more. I got one more.
All right, go ahead. No, you good. Go ahead.
I just want to see where you at. As far as the NFC East, 1 through 4, where you rank the teams?
Okay, so I'm going to go Eagles number 1. And then I think there is a little bit of a drop-off. Dak Prescott is playing with his back against the wall kind of at this point. Right? Yeah, I mean, he's but I have to say Cowboys, too. They got loaded guys on defense. I have a lot of respect for Mike Zimmer, who's going to be their defensive coordinator. I was hoping when Dan Quinn left, somebody else would come in there and it wouldn't be Mike Zimmer. But Mike Zimmer is going to put Micah Parsons up in that A gap. He's going to load the line of scrimmage. He's going to send it. It's going to be a pain in the ass. So I have to put Dallas second. And then I think it gets interesting between the Giants and Washington. I want to go with the Giants, but it also depends on how we're really weighing. Are we just talking about wins this season? Because then I think it could be the Giants. Look, long term, they got a rookie quarterback on, he was a second overall pick on a rookie having 5 years who is talented. I think there were some red flags with Jaden Daniels. I'm hoping for his sake, I'm hoping that he gets down and doesn't take the kind of hits he took at LSU. But you got a rookie contract at quarterback where you could just surround that kid with a bunch of talent. The Giants aren't in that position. Giants are in a completely different position. But if we're just looking at 2024, I think it's kind of a toss-up. I lean Giants, I think. I think the Giants can be a better football team than Washington. So that's where I lean. Especially with Cliff Kingsbury as the offensive coordinator. That's going to be weird. I wonder if he's just going to run the same offense he ran with Arizona, which would benefit the Giants, in my opinion.
We take however we could get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Montana, I just got one more. I promise.
Go ahead.
I promise it won't be crazy. All right. And thank you. And let me tell you something, brother. Thank you so much for your patience today, because I know it's your day. Thank you. Quick question. We drafted a linebacker from UCLA. His name is Masal. I'm not high on the pick. I don't like the pick. Let's just be honest. That's how he does things. I don't know what's going on, but I need you to try to influence me, Nick, or just sit by me and have a beer and tell me I'm not wrong. What does this kid possibly bring to the New York Football Giants outside of a special teamer?
There it is, right there. He's a special teamer, and he's a 6th round pick. But I'll say
there
this, look, Darius Muasau is very smart out there. He's very good within the tackle box, might have some limitations from a size perspective, might not be the most athletic or most dynamic, but he has a nose for the football. And if you're asking me, you're talking about a 6th round pick, you want a special team or somebody who can come in and maybe compete for third linebacker snaps behind McFadden, who I would argue solidified himself as a number 2. He could be pushed if there was real competition there. I'm not certain that that's Muasau. But I'm fine with the Giants going with that draft pick at that point, because I do think he actually has some skill within the box. When I watched his tape, I came away, I think a little bit more impressed than I thought, and I didn't really have an opinion of him, right? I was just like, this is a 6th round pick, undersized dude from UCLA. I watched the edges at UCLA before the draft, and he didn't really stick out to me. But then when I went through his film specifically and I was watching him, I was seeing him diagnose screens. I was seeing him do very well to keep his chest clean when offensive linemen were climbing up to him, like just little things like dipping his shoulder at the right time. So the offensive lineman punches and they miss, and then he just comes up and he presents his chest right in the gap, right where the linebacker had to be. And I think he positions himself very well. It's just when you're not all that athletic and you're not that big, you're exploitable. And every offensive coordinator is going to be like, okay, that guy's on the field. Now we got to exploit him. Then it's on him to be the player who rises above the occasion, comes away with the PBU, makes the big tackle. Can he do that? Maybe. I saw some things there to suggest he could be a player who wouldn't be terrible out there. But this is a 6th-round pick. I'm not expecting much from a 6th round.
And I might have been a little biased because whenever I look at defensive players, I look at the offenses that they're going to face in our division. Big, fast, strong, aggressive. I'm like, you know what? You have to come with those traits defensively if you're going to match that energy offensively in this division. So that was my situation when I came to him. Looking at him, he wasn't slight of foot. He wasn't the fastest guy horizontally or, north and south, but he is a thumper and he can hit. But does that aggression translate in this division where those guys offensively are going to be pulling? These wham plays are going to be there. That 12 personnel with that extra tight end. How's he going to fit in to a system where he's going to have to, at times, show he belongs on the field? And I just didn't see it translating. But I'll hit the tape a little bit more and see what's going on and send you a couple of DMs. Thank you so much for everything today, brother.
Yeah, man. Thank you, E. It was a pleasure talking to you guys. Shakes, what we got? You got another one for me?
My chat. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Yeah, we
All right.
Here we
So,
go.
I got one more question, and then I got like this rapid fire. We're gonna just take it away with. All right.
Love it.
All right. I'm gonna channel my inner LRP today. Okay. All right. So my last question for you is I put out a bold statement. I think it's bold, but I said Tyler Nubin will have a better rookie season than Xavier McKinney did. So, am I going off the rim? Or
No. So let's change it a little bit and say better than his second season, because McKinney's first season he didn't play until week 12 because he broke his.
That's my point. That's my point. That's why I threw it out there. You gotta understand the mind of Shakes, bro. They don't understand it, but I throw these curveballs. But go ahead.
So he better have a better season if he stays healthy than Xavier McKinney. But that's also not a guarantee because Xavier McKinney was hurt. But what if Tyler Nubin's not good? It's almost better to have somebody be hurt than not good and be a liability for your defense. That's a worst case scenario for your defense is being exploited, right? But I want to, and Shake, so I'm going to go with yes, he's going to have a better season, though, because I do think he is a good football player, a smart football player, a tough football player, a good run sport football player. But let's alter it a little bit. Will he have a better rookie season than McKinney's second season, where McKinney kind of put himself on the map a little bit? And that I'm not so certain about because McKinney was pretty damn good if we go back to the 2021 season, I believe it was.
Absolutely. I think that was his breakout season. All right. So let's go on this rapid fire, right? Now this is the mind of Shakes. It's not LRP, but it's in LRP's realm, right? Now I'm gonna give you some players and you just pick whatever one you would rather have.
Okay.
All right. Gale Sayers or Eric Dickerson?
Oh, we're going back. Probably Gale Sayers, I'm gonna say.
Okay. Megatron or Tyreek Hill?
Megatron.
Shockey or Jimmy Graham?
Jeez. I'm going to go Shockey because he's a Giant, even though it didn't end that well.
Okay. Ray Lewis or Mike Singletary?
Yeah, Mike Singletary goes back a while. I'm going to go Ray Lewis. Is more my era.
Yeah, I got you. Brian Dawkins or Darren Woodson?
Dawkins. I hate to say it, but Dawkins is just so good.
Yes, sir. That's it, man. I just had 5 rapid fire for you, man. We appreciate you coming through, Nick, man. Awesome, man. You've been awesome. You're always awesome every time you come through, man. So we appreciate you. And, I'll be in your DMs trying to get you back on the show soon.
Hey, guys, thank you so much for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Hey, Nick, tell the people where they can reach you.
All right. Yeah, you guys can find me at the Big Blue Banter podcast. That's me and CBS's Dan Schneider. We do that. You can find me on Twitter at Nick Falato. That's Falato. And then I write for Big Blue View, which is SB Nation's Giants page. So I do a lot of my stuff there.
No doubt. Nick Falato, everybody.
Falato, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
See you guys. Peace.
Got it.
Peace.
Awesome shit. All right. And we're not finished, man. We got another guest coming through tomorrow. Another guest coming through on Thursday. And I'm trying to lock something up for Friday. So guest week, man, definitely guest week. But let's talk and chop it up about this interview. And thank you, G2.
So we gonna talk about how smooth your boy looking right now. We ain't gonna do that. You right. It ain't time for that. You right. We ain't gonna do that.
Extra.
We ain't gonna do that.
I'm gonna cut the camera off now. See how that dude. See how that goes. Saying cut the camera off. It was telekinesis. I got it.
Yo, he got the Spice Adams laugh, everything.
Word.
It's pathetic.
You know what I mean? You know, that's all you can say. You know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Let them know we in the building, G2. You know what I mean? Next time you in there live or whatever, let them know Shakedown is calling for you. Oh. Alright. But man, yeah. That was a great interview, man. Great.
I never heard of that dude. Who's that?
I haven't either. But tell him to come on through.
Who, Kai Pizzle?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's he's a long time Twitter, YouTube guy. He's showed up in a lot of our spaces every once in a blue moon, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he showed up. Like he's been there. He didn't have a lot to say. He chimed in every once in a blue moon. But he's definitely an intellectual guy, man. He gets interviews too, man. He's smart, intelligent guy, man. I know exactly who that dude is. Definitely. I'll definitely I'll shoot him a DM. It's been a while since we've had contact or correspondence because I haven't done a spaces in a while, but I'll definitely shoot him a DM.
All right. Shout out to Nick Filato coming through, man. His opinions was unbiased until he picked Shockey. The whole interview until he picked Shockey at the end. You know what I mean? Like,
he said, "Hey man, I gotta go G on this."
Gotta
go G on this one.
Well,
Shit,
I would have
man.
picked Shockey too. You would have picked Shockey?
Over Jimmy Graham?
Jimmy Graham still playing it. I swore I seen him last season.
Yeah, he was.
He was playing. He was playing last season.
What in the hell? How old is Jimmy Graham?
He more of a.
He like 34 or 35 or something.
He don't get that much burn, but he's still out there.
Jimmy Graham, 68 on roller skates, baby.
He ain't no Gonzalez.
He ain't.
Gonzalez out there.
Yeah,
He caught a touchdown too. He in the playoffs, right? Didn't they make the playoffs?
He trying to be Tony G, son.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I remember at some point we wanted Jimmy Graham on this team so bad it was ridiculous. Yeah, you damn right he did.
Yo,
that's
why it made the whole concept because I shitted on it. Paul. I'm like, bro, I don't want no soft ass tight end, bro. Jimmy Graham is so yes, he is, bro. Yo, it was a whole argument, bro.
Yeah. He played for the Saints last season. Yeah, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jimmy Graham. And shout out to Charlie Bacchiano, man. I was on his spaces earlier, man. Him and OG is still rocking out there. Shout out to OG Steve, man. Man, I see y'all out there. I was on there.
Yo, did we put that comment up from Jake Schnetzer?
Yeah, we put it up.
Yo, yeah. That's what's up.
That's crazy.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
that is what's up right there, brother. Yo, salute. We appreciate you, man. We love you, brother. Thank you so much, man. These are the comments right here that just inspires, bro. Right there. In Man Cave, you already know you family. We see you. G242, you family. We see you. Mosley. Oh, there you go. What's up, baby? Family.
Shake Squad.
Here you go. Can I just say something random real quick, just because we chilling and we talking? In New York City, right? And I don't know how many of you guys live here. it's always something random that happens, right? To me. And I just want to vent to you guys because I love you, right? Anytime I'm doing something important, it doesn't have to be a noise in my home. This dude with his supercar want to drive around the block 19 times in a row. I don't, you see, you got to be in New York City to understand what I'm saying. Do y'all know what a supercar sounds like going around the block 19 times? I'm going to just let y'all have that. Yo, it hurts, bro. It hurts. Because you can't get the timing of the audio down to mute yourself. Because he keep coming around the block. You feel me? You think, all right, cool, he left. Brrr. Oh, all right, cool, he left. Brrr. You like, oh man, yo, like, yeah, you try to time it, and then you mute yourself for like, you know what? Let me see if he come. If I fake mute, is he still gonna come around? Yeah, he's still coming around. He don't give a goddamn about me muting. Brrr.
I thought that was Shakes. I had muted Shakes. I was like, damn, what the hell is that noise?
Yo, man. Yo, and J-Rock, listen to this, J-Rock. Now that Nick Filato's going, listen.
Nothing.
Yo. I'm gonna kill him, bro.
Somebody
If I go outside, see it, yeah.
Somebody said we had ghosts on our stream. I was dead. I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
It was just like that.
Shit hurts, bro. That shit hurt. It's like he remember. It's like he a subscriber. Oh, all right, they doing it. They on Nick Filato. I got the notification.
Filato. Oh,
yeah, right.
I got the show off today.
But that's the fact. The fact that I timed it 8 out of 10 times, I was good.
No, he was good.
Yeah, because I heard him. I heard him start up the block. It was low. I said, let me mute.
Yeah, it was one point where, you know what I mean, it was like, I'm like, what the hell is that from?
Hurting.
You know,
and I'm way up on the 14th floor, man. It shouldn't be I shouldn't be hearing that.
That's crazy.
But yeah, man, yo, great show, fellas, man. Great questions. And Rock, I gotta say this, brother. It is a blessing for you to be here, for us to see you, man, and for everything that, that's been going on with health-wise, for you to be healthy, brother, man. Welcome back. And we couldn't have had a greater debut with you coming back on this day, man. For real.
Welcome back, J-Rock.
No doubt. Black Freezy.
Talk about welcome back. Yo, if you don't move like a ninja, nobody do.
That's a fact. Out of nowhere.
Facts.
I be trying to channel my inner ninja sometimes.
Got to.
Trying to channel that sometimes. And you know what, J-Rock? You know what we got to talk about before we get off the
Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. What's going on? We live?
What's going on?
We live.
Yeah, we live.
Oh, shit, Gina. What happened, man? I knew I was going to miss Nick. Because, it seems like I'm destined to just cut up the clips and, put the shit out.
Yeah.
But yeah, yo, no, man. Yo, remember I was telling y'all last week, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. These people that gave me that thing, man.
Nah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did, man.
What?
From everywhere. Yeah, they was in Europe.
Oh, man, bro.
Came back Monday and then lit the whole place up.
Stop that. Don't do that.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
God damn. Soon you get it.
Yep,
Crazy,
tag them in.
Man.
That shit crazy.
It's like emailing it. Man. It's crazy.
I don't want that email. That shit got a virus in it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's just going through. It's going through the team.
Yo, that shit is crazy.
Yo, that's wild, right? Because remember,
they had to cancel the whole day, bro.
That's crazy. That's
But
crazy.
we had to, you know,
That is crazy.
it'll be up there.
That shit's in the world crazy right
So
now.
now it's like this mandatory. I think 5 days is still the separation rate.
Yeah, it's 5 days QT.
Yep.
So it's like, all right, well, thank you.
So you out here asymptomatic?
Nah, man, I got the sore throat.
Nah.
I mean, I'm like, yeah,
Better-
dog.
Nah.
Yeah,
I already know what to do.
Shh.
I already know
Yeah.
what to do. It's
Sorry,
already on.
sore throat,
You on
man.
that? You on that
Yeah,
lemon
it's the
water?
baby. Yeah, it's that baby Rover.
No, you already know that.
That
Lemon
lemon
Baby,
water.
it's that
crazy.
baby Rover.
But yo, and I got
Facts.
this new joint called the Pure Body Extra. I don't know if y'all saw the Terrence Howard interview on Joe Rogan, where he was
Yeah.
he stopped into this little treatment. Is that for the heavy metal detox and all this and that. So
Yeah. Heavy metal.
I'm into that
detox,
right now.
facts.
It's on top of everything else. On top of everything else I already do. So
Yeah, send me that, please. Yeah, no, I want the link because you already know how
you
we
want the
do with
link?
the minerals.
I got you.
I need to get that. Feel me? I need to get that.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Black Rock Productions, J Rock, you up?
Said tag you it.
Keys to the God.
You
out
almost
here-
on
out here
vacation
with us
anyway.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shout out to Nick Filato though, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Nick.
Straight up.
Missed him again.
Yeah.
But
Definitely. But
he was
yo,
in there
Rock, all
breaking
you
it
need
down.
now, bro,
Kung Fu Kid.
on the post game, that zinc, that magnesium. That's it, brother. Get that. You know what I mean? That's for the metals. That's for the building of the immunity. You know what I'm saying? Also to help the antibodies. You know what I'm saying? They got them lasers guns with them. They ain't just coming out fighting and punching. They got them. You know what I mean? Them lightsabers with them. You know what I'm saying? The Jedi. You know what I mean? You'll be all right. 3 to 5 days, you're gonna be like, yo, I don't know what that was about, but I'm ready. Production game will be serious too. You'll do film and all that.
Because the majority of times, these shits can't be packing that unless you really got some vitamin deficiency going on.
That's a fact.
And that's what winds up happening. Yeah. And so once you replace them shits.
Oh, and I'm recommending this for everybody. Me and Freezy is on the wave. I definitely put my brother on as he puts me on to many things on the health tip. Yo, if y'all can get that Synergy for men multivitamin vitality. Synergy for men multivitamin vitality, and also that B supplement. I'm telling y'all, this man will let you know.
Yeah. And stay away from your wife for a few weeks. You might, just let her know.
With an S
Right.
or C?
Yes.
Might take it down crazy.
I bet.
Yeah, I'm letting y'all know that Synergy men's vitality.
Now,
I'm letting you know right now.
That, got the ashwagandha, the macro root.
Yeah.
Started fucking
You know what I'm
with
saying? If you love your lady, or if you with somebody that you care about, you're gonna care a lot more about her. Just letting you
none
know
of them
that
honey
now.
packs, man. None of them honey
None of
packs.
that. Yeah, you don't need none of that. Synergy, vitality for men, and them B12s. You gonna be okay. You're gonna be out here rooting for you.
Them honey packs alone, man. Them shits that have your heart beating out your chest, B.
It's
Leave
like
them
all of
shits
them
alone, man.
All of them, they always had that type of stuff. I don't know how it got so. I guess because it's honey, right? It's in
Right. And it became so general that now they sell it anywhere you go. You can get a honey pack while you getting a honey bun.
Yo, they be asking me, "You want honey?" I'm like, "No, I don't want."
No, we
I
got
don't
the
need
new
honey.
black one. What'd you say? Oh, you mean the black honey pack? I'm about to say, don't play with me. Don't be talking crazy out here.
I'm like, no, I don't need honey pack.
Yeah, we got the new black one. What?
And if you're gonna be hard headed, at least know the real shit from the fake shit, man.
Right.
Know
Honey
what you're
packs
getting
ain't in
if you're gonna
English.
Get out there.
It ain't in English. It shouldn't say honey pack on it.
You don't know, and you don't know what it's really made
That's
out
a fact.
of.
Only thing that's supposed to be on that is Mandarin. It's supposed to be Mandarin on that pack. Don't ask me how I know.
And the date is engraved. It's not printed. It's engraved.
Don't ask him how he know.
I had a shorty give me one of them joints. Was like, oh, I'm like, nah, I don't do that shit.
What you saying?
Hell no.
Nah, I mean, she ain't know yet, but.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. She must ain't know.
Not yet.
You know what I mean?
Found out.
We over here with the black garlic. We already know what it is. The ashwagandha. You know what I'm saying? They
be fronting. They be fronting anyway. They be friends, dog. That's all I'm saying. No disrespect. No disrespect to the ladies. No lady slander here. You know what I
Right.
mean? But they be friends.
My brother got that alfalfa and dandelion up in him. You understand?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stop talking. I got that alfalfa. You know what I'm saying?
Got that wheatgrass.
You know what I'm saying? How do we be coming around the corner, boo?
I tell you.
Yes, sir.
What up, man? We gonna wrap it up, talking backstage a little bit. What we doing?
I mean, it ain't nothing out there.
Definitely.
Yeah, ain't
But
nothing
real
going
quick,
on.
before we go on to closing statements, like I said before, man, I was waiting for this dude to come back.
My bad,
Pause. Yeah, I mean, my man J Rock, co-founder
J
of this
Rock.
whole thing. So we
Uh-huh.
could talk about some power. Huh? Let's talk about some power.
Yo, I didn't watch the second episode. I'm about to adios. You about to talk about the second episode?
Put the phone
Oh,
down.
you ain't seen the second episode?
Yeah,
yet?
I'm out.
Put the headset down.
Oh, they be ruining it for you, son?
Yo, bro, I see the first one. I was on track, you know what I mean? Then I ain't see the second one. Man. It's like, oh shit.
Second one came out Friday, man. Where you been?
See what I'm saying? You 2 days late. You late. It's a wrap.
What's going on with it?
All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Nah,
That man was out here standing on business. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. That man was out here straight. Yeah, man. That man was out here standing on business. You know what I'm saying? It never was about a contract. It's about extortion.
Before I spoil it, the episode, right? Let me talk to J Rock on the whole expansion of the whole thing, right? Like,
oh shit.
So now they canceling Power Book Force, right? You see what they doing right now? Do you see it? Do you see the picture?
With the money getting low?
Trying to paint for you? No. Here's the thing, right? So they doing all this to lead into other spinoffs and all this other crap, right? Now, some would say like the Tyreek and the Tommy joint is about to combine into one show. And I think that's true. But I think people are missing the point that I believe that James St. Patrick is coming back. Okay? I'm telling y'all right now, I don't know.
So it's gonna be all three of them.
Saying this shit, but I'm saying it right now. Shakes Montana is saying it right now. James St. Patrick will be back, and they're gonna have another spinoff of all of the motherfuckers. Yes.
All three in one show.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
saying Ghost still alive? That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
With a whole nother
Well, they
company,
all been
they
hitting that
leaving
shit
stars.
forever.
And
They're gonna leave
they
stars.
dropping these little nuggets, like, you know, when they saying, "Oh, it's canceled," just like Tommy in this video,
that's a
he's like,
fact,
"Oh yeah,
Mosley.
they canceling," but when he says, he's like, "Oh, well, Ghost never dies and power never ends," and I'm like, "Yo, why the fuck?" Because Tyreek just said that shit, and then 50 Cent backed that shit up. Pause, like, yeah, this is not the end of Tommy's story, and Ghost never dies and power never, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, I know what you're doing, bro. I know
See,
what y'all doing.
Mosley got it. 50 Cent taking it. He's taking it from stars
To his new studio.
He's taking.
They don't
want to
give them they just
Yep.
do. You don't want to
In
give
Houston.
me.
That's what he was in Houston. He been scouting for the longest too. Yeah.
I don't know,
That I
man.
do know.
It's going to get very, very interesting. They also are going to try to spin that off, like the Kanan one. It's going to spin off into the Origins. All of shit. I'm telling y'all, bro. I know what they doing, bro. They know it, bro. But
shout out to Big Dash. We see you, baby.
Shout out to Big Dash. Shout out to the Steak Squad, Mosley, and all of them out there.
Yeah, wow.
I think he might have pulled up on the honey conversation.
He wrote that, but says right here, Tariq is crying about being broke. If you, all right, hold up, man, you spoiling it, man. Hold up, bro.
Yo, you know what? Yo, same. Me and you gonna have to take, you know what I mean, a flip or something. We gonna have to take a ride. No, bro, I was outside this weekend acting up.
Suckers.
I know Big Dash got me out here reading shit. God
You
damn.
feel me? Yeah, man. What you saying over in the cut?
Listen,
Oh man.
Spoil it for you now, pause.
nah, he
Oh
crying.
man, you might. Yes, yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, that you already know how Big Dash get down. That's they ain't he's subliminal like a mother. Y'all know the rest. So
you might as
now
well
we
tell me
done
who
just
got
heard.
shot.
Yeah, you might as well tell us who got killed. What's up?
Who got shot, man? Who
There you
got
go.
shot, man?
Win.
Hey, who got shot, yo?
Who's the sucker?
Because with
All right.
Diana's brother out here on the loose, ain't nobody safe, man.
All right, yo,
That's
and
a
listen, all right,
Fendi.
I'm gonna get this warning right now. All right, because
Right.
I'm about to talk about some shit. J Rock, I need to talk to you about some shit with this power pause. But spoiler alert. If you ain't trying to hear no shit, might well
Yes.
go ahead and put them
Yeah,
headphones
turn it
down,
on.
man. Put them headphones down, cause I'm not holding nothing back. Okay?
Go in the corner if your ass ain't a part of this.
I'm taking my shit off. I'll come back
man.
when that shit say closing statement.
Nah, I don't care. I don't care because I'm gonna make sure I look at it anyway. Hell man, go ahead.
Right? 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Right? But so first of all, J Rock, everybody, y'all good? Y'all good? All right, everybody. All right, bet. Hey, it ain't my fault from this point on. So, Diana, who's she pregnant by? Is it Tyreek or is it Muhammad?
I think
What's
it's the
his name?
Muhammad
Salim?
dude. Whatever that dude name. Black dude.
Yeah, Salim. They
Is that
trying
his
to
name?
put it to be Tyreek's kid, but I think it's Salim's. Yeah.
And no, I don't think Tariq was with her long enough.
That's a fact. I mean, they want to hit a quitter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you mean? We just was talking about a dude that had 12 kids when you was sick, bro. He was
That's a fact.
he was getting impregnated, like, you know what I mean? Like
Straight up.
See what I'm saying? That's inside right there. That's family conversations right there. You know what I mean? That's inside family situation.
All right. So I don't know, man, but they definitely trying to lead, like, point it towards like this is Tariq's kid or whatever. So I don't
That'd
know.
be crazy if that sweet kid, bro. That'd be crazy.
Yo, what? Like, what are they gonna do? Like, what
That's
are
just like Shy. Nuck is what's his name's baby father and shit.
Yeah,
I was like, Nuck?
Weird,
How
bro.
does he be the baby father?
Weird with that. Oh man, he's like, man, but I'm the daddy.
I'm a daddy.
I'm the daddy. But
I'm the daddy now.
he said, man, all Emma could do is just suck your teeth. All right, man. You ain't had to keep saying that shit, man. God damn.
Exactly.
All right. But
Every time you come in the house and shit.
I'm the
my
daddy.
son. My son.
I'm the daddy.
spoiler alert.
That's a fact, right? But yes, like, I don't know, man. Like, that's gonna be pretty weird, man. Pretty weird. And the fact that what's Mary J name? She's sitting there like, y'all know she gonna find out sooner or later that they try to set her up, bro. Now, is she gonna try to kill her own kids?
Hell yeah.
That's crazy,
killing
Jay, but
her.
I don't think she gonna
Crazy
kill her.
like that.
I don't
They
think she
gonna end up killing her, man.
She right think Kane try to kill her.
Yeah, and she ain't.
So shit. she ain't gonna hesitate, bro.
Kane gonna be the one end up killing her. Yo,
bro,
Kane gonna kill her.
Probably
man.
is.
She ain't gonna take them out, bro. She ain't gonna take them out.
Yo, saying for you not to want to be a part of the situation, you indulgent.
Yeah, I'm saying you gotta watch it.
Yeah, bro. Like you just said, you're about to be back on closing statements. You are involved.
I got triggered by the spoiler alert. I thought it said closing statement.
Said, hold on.
I got on.
You know what?
Don't say closing
You know
statement.
what?
Spoiler
That
alert.
was just say it. Just say it. Just say they got you. They got you. They got you. Just say they got you, bro. That's so. Yes, that's how you admit that you. They got you. You know what I'm saying? They got you, bro. They got you. That's it. They got you. They got you, bro. Right.
And everything.
You know what I'm saying? Get your hand on my pocket. Get your hand on my pocket. They got you, bro.
Like, oh, so this is how he getting pregnant. Oh, okay.
Like,
Kane, so Kane you know how you pop up when you ain't see, so Kane ain't gonna get married. I said Kane ain't gonna get married.
Oh,
hold
man,
on,
shit
right?
got interesting.
Now,
Huh?
speaking of Kane, is he tapping on Shorty?
Yeah.
Hell to the absolutely. Come on,
I-
Shake. You supposed to put that together. He been it. Yo.
Yeah.
Talking about
I'm talking about the boss.
nah.
Oh, nah. You know what?
Nah.
You know what? Hold on. We might find some shit out. You know what, Shakes? I'm gonna sit by you right now at the bar.
Hold on, right?
That's a possibility.
This is why you questioning, because you didn't see this episode. But in this episode, right now, Kane makes a move to try to get the Russians, right? I mean, what's her darn name, bro? The boss.
She gonna kill her right hand. She gonna find out dude was working with them. She
her,
gonna kill that dude.
Noma.
Yeah.
Noma, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
She
Noma
alright
wants
too.
the Russians, right? Yeah, she alright. She ain't no bone.
She alright.
Yeah, I mean, but alright. So, like, Noma, right? Little steak sandwich she need, but she alright. You know what I'm saying?
She alright.
I take her to eat every time I see her.
Yeah, she
She
alright.
little cheesesteak.
But my thing is
Little
this,
steak and
right?
potatoes.
Okay, so my thing is this, right? So the Noma wants the Russians, you know what I mean? She's trying to supply the Russians. Now Effie trying to get them, and you know what I mean, but things went awry because of Monet. Whatever.
Mhm.
But she then goes to Kane and she's like, well, fix it because your mother fucked it up.
Monet.
You know what I'm saying? So
She
she's
gonna
like,
go over there and faint.
so and he does fix the situation with Effie, but it wasn't good enough for Noma, right? So she's like, oh yeah, I did that without my permission. But you just told him to fix it. Like, I don't get that. But anyway, right? So now he did wrong. So now it's like, all right, he's supposed to get a punishment. So as you know, the guard dog, her little right hand man, got him all hemmed up, so she can go ahead and punish whatever Kane. And he goes and mimics her and says, you know, oh, well, I'm gonna go ahead and teach you a lesson, lad. You know what I mean? In her voice, right? And she's like, he's like, that's what you was gonna say, right? And he's like, yeah, every word for word. So that right there, right? Just that right there made her joint go squash wash 'em, squash wash 'em. You know what I'm saying? All that, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Lord, rain down on me. You know what I'm saying? So, right? So now she tells the dude to go ahead and leave and says, all right, he gonna have to explain this to me. But do you want to explain that over some scotch? Whoa.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is he about to tap that? Man, Kane looking a little lucky right now, right?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Nah, he just bossed
If
up.
he was smart, there you go. See, that's what I'm talking about. But what's the best way to boss up? Now she could either be tricking them into setting them up, or he actually gonna be in there like swimwear. So which one you think is gonna be?
She got
She
me
playing.
making no move.
Okay, J-Rock. I'm gonna go with the intelligent move because she know what's up. Getting closer to him gives her exactly what she needs. That's insight. So yeah, we gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, all right, and then the last thing I want to talk about is you know, the last episode which y'all seen, right? Y'all seen where Tariq and Braden was in the car talking about, oh man, wouldn't it be nice if we were just regular college kids? You know what I'm saying? Like man, we wouldn't have to deal with all this. All right. How? Yeah, I mean, it was all good just a week ago.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? It was just all good just a week ago. Y'all was wishing y'all were regular kids. Now y'all regular students, regular kids, and y'all like, God damn, I can't stand being broke. God, yo, man, you like this shit? Nah, I don't like this shit. You like doing this 9 to 5? No, I don't like this 9 to 5 shit, man. This is some bullshit. It's really like 10 to 11. Like, oh shit. Yeah, now they just broke and they like, man, fuck that regular student shit, man. That's just for the birds.
You know what they're gonna do though, right?
They want the birds now.
No, but you know what they're gonna do, right?
What they gonna do?
They're gonna find a way to implement that shit on campus.
Word, Mosey. It took him one day of work for him to change his mind. Like, I can't do this shit. I can't do this shit right here. You mean I tell you I gotta wear a uniform? Oh hell no!
Hell yeah.
Yo, Dash, I feel the same way. I try my best to get past it, right? By just watching other stuff. I hate him, period. Not in life, like as a person, but he's just unbelievable to me, man. I try. I get past it, pause, because I'm cool. But that's about it. I can't.
Didn't
with
something
you,
happen
Dash.
to that young man? Oh, live on camera or something like that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I was talking about that with
Got
Shakes.
assaulted.
Yeah, he was SA. You know what I mean?
He was SA, bro.
Word
That's
up.
crazy.
Yeah,
That is crazy though.
So
With the
yeah,
kids
I'm
there.
looking to see it, the direction
But
that's
that was a
going.
grown ass woman, though. She wasn't no kid.
That's crazy, bro.
No, but the kids is right there. She getting crazy. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Streaming live on Twitch or whatever they stream on live.
Corn Bizzle.
Crazy, bro.
See?
But yeah, man, shout outs to Power, man. Definitely looking forward to next week, man. There's a lot of
that's
storylines
Coach
going
Ed.
on.
Peace, Coach Ed.
Yo, when is Kanan coming back, man?
I don't know.
Not sure, man. They ain't announced no dates yet.
You need to stop playing games, man. That's what I'm looking forward to. My boy is back. You know what I'm saying? Streets need the body rock. My boy is back.
Body rock.
Streets to the body,
You know what I'm saying? Streets need the body rock.
straight
You know what I'm
up,
saying? My boy is back.
for real. I knew he was undead or unalive, excuse me. But yeah, man, great show, man. Let's go ahead and with these closing statements. Start off with E, the chosen one from the Bronx. What you got?
Shout out to all the listeners, all the followers, man. Everybody on X. Now we on some social media platforms, Spotify, a couple of others that I can't think about right now. I'm still caught up in the interview and the power moment that we just had, and it's been a minute since we had the brothers on talking like this. So I'm just excited and ecstatic. So I'm never lost for words, but I'm just excited right now, man. So shout outs to everybody, you know what I mean, watching, everybody support, like and subscribe. You know what I mean? Hit that like button, man. It's free. You know what I'm saying? Tell a friend to tell a friend. The Shakedown Media Network is back again.
No doubt, man. E, the chosen one from the Bronx. Same. It ain't the same.
It ain't the same. By the coin that shit.
Gotta make that a t-shirt.
Shout out to Nick Filato coming through, spreading some of his wisdom. Shout out to Black Rock Productions. Shout out to the whole Shakedown crew, Wrench Gang, everybody that support the crew, man. Have a safe night and good night, man. God bless. Peace.
No doubt. Man.
Sometimes saying remind me of what's his name from Wu-Tang.
Who
The
that?
way he be talking. What's the
Because sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I gotta throw ums in there so my language could be more universal. Because in all reality, I possess a rather extensive vocabulary, though I only choose to employ it when it's most beneficial to do so. But when shit be flying over people's heads, sometimes you can't speak with as much as intelligence as you possess, because when certain people don't understand, they'll take it offensively. They'll be like, yo, that shit sound cool. I don't know what you said, so I'm gonna take it as disrespect.
yo, I gotta be honest. That's the most ignorant shit I've ever heard in my
That is
life,
facts
bro.
as hell, bro.
Like, yo, you talking a whole bunch of fly shit. That shit sound cool, and since I know
People
I can't-
ignorant like that,
I can't-
man.
I
Ignorant
can't
ass people
match
don't
you.
understand what
When
you're
they
saying.
put on,
Yeah,
put on
yo,
the words come across the screen. And
Yo,
look
I'm
it up,
dying.
write it down, look it up later.
I'm dying, bro. Can I tell you why I'm dying?
Like,
Because I remember when Kevin Hart said that in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah.
He said it calm as hell. He said, you using a lot of big words that I don't understand. So I'm going to take it as disrespect.
So I'm gonna take it as disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Since I don't understand what you said,
Because I don't understand what you saying. I'm gonna tell you that shit is disrespect.
You know what I'm saying?
And he was like, yo, after that, what you want to do? You want to get clapped up, both of y'all. He said, spoon it, nigga. Fuck dwarfs in the ass, nigga. Yo, I'm gonna clap both of y'all. That shit got him upset, say. You hear me? I lost the bass. Yo, I lost the bass in my voice just now because that shit had me dying. Yo. Oh my God, yo, same. I love you, brother. I love you, bro. Yo, I have not seen that scene in about 8 or 9 years, bro. He said, yo, who the fuck? You know who we are, nigga? I run with Spoon, nigga. We fuck dwarfs in the ass, nigga. Like, yo. He said, that's your man? Y'all both just got clapped the fuck up. He said, I ain't even have nothing to do with it. It don't matter. You with him.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit, bro. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, same. Yo. Oh, my gosh, bro. Oh, my goodness.
Yo. Peace to the gods, peace to the earth, man. Pardon my lateness. But we here, man. Great interview.
Somebody got to mute themselves. You got to mute themselves.
What happened? You're definitely in East quiet where I'm at.
Yeah, man, something rattling.
Yeah, it's like feedback.
It's feedback.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. We good over there.
You got the speaker on over there?
Nah, I'm straight.
Okay. All right, but yeah, man. Peace to the people. Shout out to the Wrench Gang, man. Nick Filato. Appreciate the young fella for coming out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna mute you just so I can get my closing out real quick, bro. Just real quick, because it just fucked me up. But you know what I mean? Shout out to the people down. I don't know what's happening tomorrow, bro. What you got really some treats on them. You got some more coming through?
Yeah, more guests, man. Another guest coming through. Should I announce it? Because it is official. Yeah. Definitely is official. So we got my boy Coach Gene Clemens coming through, man, tomorrow. So y'all definitely tune in tomorrow. Listen to my boy chop it up about the Giants. I think he do a lot of things for SB Nation and sports.
Yeah, SB Nation. Mm-hmm. All right. So y'all tune in tomorrow. Make sure y'all tune in for Mr. Say his name again, my bad.
Coach Gene Clemens.
Yeah, I was about to fuck it up. Coach Gene Clemens. I was about to call him a whole different name just now. All right, man. Well, appreciate everybody for tuning in. I got some work to do after this.
Yeah, no doubt. We already know you're gonna be chopping it up, man. That's what it is. All right, man.
Yeah, y'all know what it is, man. Black Friday and I'm out.
Alrighty. It's the Rock. Welcome back.
Yeah, man. It's good to be back, man. Appreciate again Nick Filato for coming on, man. Spending an hour with us, man, chopping about these Giants. That's a smart man right there.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. I'm not. Same. We're gonna talk about it backstage. Same. I got you. Nah.
Smart man. He think very wisely.
Very wisely.
You talking about that question? He double backed on?
Nah. But you see Shakes on the bush very wisely. Mind your business, man.
I'm saying. He was talking facts, man.
You know.
Yeah.
Facts.
Oh my God.
Come on.
Hey, you know what's really messed up? How Jake from Shaw, how he sprung over the preacher wife now.
Already, right? Yeah, I mean, he was playing her to the left at first.
He was playing her first,
like,
right?
Hey, baby, you want to come over now? She's like, I'm busy.
Like, no.
I'm busy, boy. Go play somewhere.
He crying on the phone now. He all mad. He all sad on the phone.
Want to spend no time with me? I'm busy, little boy. Go play.
That's another spoiler alert, huh? Another one there.
Putting a little holy blessing on them.
He's sprung now.
Shit.
I'm sprung. They should have played that song. I'm sprung.
We gonna
So you got me doing the dishes.
we're gonna talk about
Shit.
No
But
doubt.
now we'll be back tomorrow, man. With our guest, Coach Gene Clemens. And we'll chop it up with him about the Giants.
Where you from again?
Cool.
Said it. It's SB.
Gene Clemens. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's all
Gene
I got,
Clemens.
man.
No doubt. It's the Brock. All right. And yeah, like I said, man, got Coach Gene Clemens coming through tomorrow. Pause. I guess since I'm announcing everybody, I got my boys, the Tennessee Titans Weekly, coming through on Thursday. And like I told y'all earlier, I'm working on something for Friday. So y'all stay tuned. We got some guests coming through. And like I said, Friday is the last live episode that we're going to do. You know what I mean? We're going on our break. But we're going to give y'all 2 more interviews before we fully be ghost. Yeah, St. James, St. Patrick, all right? But we're going to have John Smelt coming through next week. And we also going to have Patty Shakes coming through next week as well. So we're going to have 2 more specials for y'all right after, you know what I mean, our little deadline for our break. You know what I mean? With the quote, the 2 fingers, you know what I mean? Quotations. Deadline. You know what I mean? For our break. But yeah, man, we definitely got some guests coming through for y'all. So y'all stay tuned, man, and leave a like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know what to do, man. Wipe your feet before y'all step through them doors, man. But like we always say around this time, we don't expect y'all agree with us, but we damn sure expect y'all understand. Understand? So don't get shook up because we keep shit live. It's the Shakedown repping New York Giants on that drive for 5. And we out of there. Take us away, J-Rock.
Yo, y'all just been shook by the shake. We out.
Good night.
Peace.
1.